Are you out there doing your best to get on with life? Because, as you already know, it's what you make of your life that really counts. And sometimes having a few shortcuts to help you on your way can be very useful. The NLP Matters Podcast might just be the toolbox you need to focus your attention, your effort, your drive onto what really does make the difference. Built on the foundation of Neuro-Linguistic programming, the NLP Matters Podcast offers proven recipes you can use to create and sustain your life your way.
G'day, and welcome to the NLP Matters Podcast. I'm your host, Jo Clark. We've spent much of the past few months discussing and applying a number of NLP strategies to the setting of our goals using NLP techniques like the Be, Do, Have model, 6 core needs, the 5 principles of success, keys to an achievable outcome, and the Well-Formedness Conditions. With each strategy, we've added a new layer to the journey of building our successful life and ensuring our goals are robust and resilient. Today, I want to draw all those threads together so we can see how unstoppable we can be when we bring all the NLP tools around setting your goals into play. Most people understand that setting goals is a positive thing that can add value to our lives, and many of us have had the experience of achieving a goal we have set. And while some people have achieved their goals, the success can often be more by accident or luck rather than by design. However, using NLP means we tip the balance, which means now we achieve success by design. NLP has been developed modelling the techniques and strategies of successful people in many walks of life who've come up with strategies that have proven over and over again that success is replicable and achievable when we follow the formulas that work. Using these proven NLP techniques and strategies will radically increase our success, taking the luck and guesswork out of setting and achieving our goals. In this series of podcasts, all of the models we have examined work together to help us design a life we love and achieve our dreams and goals. We started with the Be, Do, Have model, which is really the core mindset behind goal setting. So much of the training out there offered to people about setting and achieving goals focuses exclusively on what we have to do. Goal-setting workshops tend to tell people, do this, then this, then this, and you will achieve your goals. And whilst the doing is essential, it's not the full story. Many people don't actually realise that focusing on just the doing part will more often than not mean that we come up short of our goal. Understanding the 3 key elements of Be, Do, Have, and how they connect to each other gives us a framework to build our success. When we truly get that doing is only one part, it's just as important to know what we want to have as well as to be the person we need to be so that we're free to pursue our goals with passion and purpose and certainty that only comes from having that full picture. What do I want to have? What do I need to do? And who do I need to be in order to achieve it? We then moved on to looking at the 6 core needs. Knowing and accepting that these needs must be met and that we will meet them in one of 2 ways. We can either meet those needs resourcefully or unresourcefully. And resourcefully means it takes us further on our path towards our purpose and our goal. Whereas unresourcefully, it's kind of like the self-sabotage path. But when we recognise this, it gives us great insight into some of the primary motivations for either achieving or not achieving our goals. Additionally, knowing each of the 6 core needs, certainty, uncertainty or variety, significance, love and connection, contribution and growth, as well as being aware of which 2 or 3 of these needs are our own top ranking ones, gives us a deeper perspective into the specific needs we will or we will not meet as we set off in pursuit of our goal. Ideally, we'll design our goal to ensure it satisfies some or all of our top core needs. For example, if our primary drivers are significance and variety, and our goal doesn't meet these needs, then we are less likely to be motivated to see our goal through. When our unconscious mind asks, "What's in it for me?" if the answer is not much, then clearly that would not be very motivating. And when we looked at the 6 core needs in our earlier episodes, we discussed how when a particular behaviour is meeting our top 3 core needs, then it will work in the same way as an addiction. We'll be addicted to that behaviour. We'll absolutely have to, got to, must do that. Just think about that for a moment. Imagine designing our goals so that they meet our core needs. That would mean we become addicted to doing what will achieve our goal. How motivated are we now? Totally addicted to achieving it. So clearly understanding the fundamental importance of the 6 core needs adds great value to our toolkit when we're in pursuit of our goal. Next, we explored the 5 success principles, which taken together can be seen as the architecture of setting goals. Like the architecture of a building, these are the broad strategies that will ensure the success of the project. Knowing your outcome, which is focusing on what you want to have, taking action, sensory acuity, behavioural flexibility, and the physiology and psychology of excellence provide the general structure and context that ensures our success. Without them, we may find ourselves lost, unsure where to begin, unable to respond to circumstances as they arise. And because we know that the 5 success principles have provided the structure that others have used time and time again to achieve success, we know that means we can be confident that employing them for our purpose will also bring us success in our goals. If we think of the 5 success principles in the same way that we think about the overall architecture of, say, a house, they give us a floor plan. It's like deciding how many rooms do I need and what's the style of the house. And we work on those things before we move into the specifics, like choosing our carpet or deciding on wall colourings. The 5 success principles provide us with the overall design of our goal, and the outcome, action, sensory acuity, behavioural flexibility, physiology and psychology of excellence are what take us through to the end. So when we follow this initial structure, it gives us the outline or the floor plan we need. It defines our outcome, but this definition could be still a bit abstract, like a floor plan. The principles deliver us the structure of our thoughts and behaviour as we pursue our goals. They bring to front of mind that even with the best laid plans, unless it is followed up with consistent and purposeful targeted action, our goals will come to little. This focus helps us to consistently orient our thinking and behaviour towards delivering the outcome we've chosen. And then, whilst we're taking action, sensory acuity is critical to observe and tune our antenna into looking out for feedback that tells us, are we getting closer or further away from our goal? And armed with that feedback, we must then have the behavioural flexibility to keep doing what is working and adjust what is not to ensure we correct and maintain our course. Much like the project manager on a building site who notices that the wrong size timber has been delivered and sends it back to be exchanged before the tradies start cutting it up and trying to build a frame out of it. A key part of the innate wisdom of the 5 principles of success is that they're designed to ensure we'll know when we stray from the path. And that means we're constantly anticipating and responding early. It is this combination of sensory acuity and behavioural flexibility that ultimately will conserve lots of time and money as we continue our pursuit of our success. And finally, of course, adopting the physiology and psychology of excellence sends a congruent message, consciously and unconsciously, to both ourselves and others that we are clearly focused on achieving our goal and are totally up for any challenges we might encounter along the way. Following on from that, using the NLP goal setting plan, we then examined the keys to an achievable outcome. And this is where we really get to test our vision a bit more in the context of reality. So we're effectively going back to the first of the success principles, knowing our outcome, but this time we're adding greater detail. Much like when building a home, we get the floor plan and then we move into really checking it out to see if it's achievable, functional, and congruent with the lifestyle we want to have. This is when we have conversations with our builder where we ask questions like, does this design really work for us? Does the house fit on the block? Are we getting the right light in the house? Have we got the right number of rooms? Have we got enough storage space? Is the heating and cooling sufficient? Do we have the views we wanted? Is there enough open space? And of course, can we afford it? The keys to an achievable outcome enriches the outcome we had previously designed by adding even more specifics. The application of the keys provides substance, bulk, and detail to our goal so that it becomes so clear and present in our mind and the minds of others that we can envisage it almost as if we're remembering a goal that has already been achieved. But we position the goal in the present because we state it or we write our goal in the present tense, as if now. Expressing our goal in the present creates a sense of urgency. The goal is happening now, and this tells our unconscious mind to really focus in on opportunities, actions, being and doing things that will propel us towards our goal. Whilst adding the new detail, it's important we continue using a positive language frame, which means we're really clear about what we do want rather than what we don't want. As we specify the outcome in even more detail, we're programming our unconscious mind so it knows exactly what detail to look for to support us on our journey. As we move through the keys and confirm our goals, even with this additional detail added, we ask, is it still congruently desirable to us? And does it remain within our control to initiate and maintain this goal? And by going through these checks, it means we're even more certain that this is what we truly want and are committed to, and that we are the masters of our fate in achieving the outcome we've chosen. Then we shift our focus onto the resources we need. This means that we know we have everything we need to achieve our goal. And finally, we confirm the internal and external ecology of our goal, checking that we've accounted for the consequences of achieving the goal both for ourselves and for others, making sure that even now with more details, this goal really does align with our vision, our values, our beliefs, and our actions within the external world. Just like when we're planning for our house, we plan as if our house has already been built. We're constantly referring back to our vision, and we're always checking that the floor plans and the decisions we've made around fittings, light, colour, and space all align to bring into being our vision. It becomes an expression of who we are that creates and shapes our relationship to our environment and the external world. Goals are exactly the same. And finally, we got to explore the last of the NLP models, the Well-Formedness Conditions. This is the final checklist we use to ensure we haven't missed anything and all is in readiness for us to launch into action. Now we're talking about even more details and specifics as we evaluate how well formed the house or our goal is. We confirm decisions already made around things. For instance, the detail, colours, fitting, textures, furniture, functionality, airflow, comfort, sound or absence of sound, fencing, screening, curtains, landscaping, and whatever else we can think of. And we make sure that they are aligned with the original vision we had of our house. If at this stage we discover an issue or a problem, then we adjust our goal accordingly. Now we have to move in and outline the steps we need to take and get really specific about the first step so that when we do launch into action, it is fully considered and purposeful action. We also want to check there's more than one way to achieve our outcome. We need to know that if the first way doesn't work, then there's still options that will get us there. And so we reassure our unconscious mind that no matter what happens, we've got this, we're up for it. And finally, we check that our goal will give us increased choice. We know with great certainty that there is so much in this goal for us that of course we're just going to go for it. So there we have it, the complete set of strategies that will support us in bringing our dreams into reality. Whether we're building a house or constructing a goal, it is vital to consistently delivering success that we complete this process. Ideally, we're following this process well before we even go to lay a brick or begin implementing and taking action. Think about it. You do not want a builder stepping a foot on your building site until the vision of the building is so clear and so detailed that all they have to do is follow the plans step by step. And even then, as we know, it is rare that absolutely everything goes to plan. So we remain available and ready to continually use our sensory acuity, our behavioural flexibility, our physiology and psychology of success to make the adjustments as we go. We now have a very cool and comprehensive NLP toolbox for goal setting that contains the Be, Do, Have model, the 6 core needs, the architecture and the blueprint of the 5 success principles, the detailed planning of the keys to an achievable outcome, and the final detailed specification and checklist of the Well-Formedness Conditions to see us through. So, I encourage you to grab a goal, maybe something you've been thinking about for a while, and go to nlpmatters.com.au/successful life, where you will find a free ebook I've prepared for you. This book outlines all the cool NLP tools and strategies we've looked at in these episodes. So download the ebook and take them out for a test drive as you really go for your goal and watch the magic happen. Design your destiny as you set off in pursuit of your goal-setting adventure. And join me in the next NLP Matters episode when we begin a new season of podcasts where we break out the compass for NLP as we explore the NLP presuppositions that guide us as we use and apply powerful NLP techniques to take control of our own lives and really make a difference. Stay awesome, and I look forward to connecting with you in the next episode.
Wow, thanks for showing up and listening in. We would love to hear from you. Send your thoughts, ideas, or questions via email to joanne@destinypursuit.com.au. Now it's time to take today's recipe out into your own life. Notice the differences that show up as you apply it. We'd love to hear how you are progressing with your new approach.